Welcome to episode 6 of Hashtag TV. I'm Phid McAwesome.
And I'm V8 Matty.
And on this week's uncultured roundup of social media, web, tech and gaming, it's an episode that I'm quite looking forward to.
Yes, you are.
This week we are talking about retro gaming.
Retro gaming is, it's been around for a while.
Hence retro. No, there's a massive community of people that collect video games from past eras, generations.
Yes. Been a few eras, and there've been some bloody gems in there as well.
There have been, so we're going to go through and talk about a few different things. We've got some awesome interviews and other things coming up to do with retro gaming. We're going to start it off though with YouTube.
While most popular video games of the time were space shooters, Pac-Man's undeniable charm and addictive gameplay sparked a social phenomenon called Pac-Man fever.
The Legend of Zelda was born, and players were thrust into the world of Hyrule.
Live with Duke Nukem 3D, developed by 3D Realms in 1996.
For years, the video game landscape was dominated by Italian plumbers and blue hedgehogs, serving as mascots for their respective platforms. And while many tried, few characters matched them in popularity. It wasn't until the 32-bit era when a small development team named Core Designs began work on an action game for the Sega Saturn, PlayStation, and PC that gaming's traditional mascots would face a challenge from a globe-trotting treasure hunter by the name of Lara Croft.
The story of that same game was one of the first to bring a heavy dose of morally objectionable content to gamers.
The Legend of Zelda, I mean, you kind of knew it was something special from the beginning, like when you brought it home and you saw this gold cartridge. I mean, it's a frickin' gold cartridge, right?
Initially, when I pitched the idea for the game, it was a male character.
The worldwide hunger for Pac-Man quickly went beyond the video arcades. The iconic yellow character began to show up everywhere, in breakfast cereals, on lunchboxes, clothing and toys everywhere, and even on Saturday morning cartoons.
For all of its hits and misses, Tomb Raider remains as one of the most important game franchises in the annals of video game history.
So that was Video Game History Month from GameSpot.
Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I spend a lot of hours watching all about the machines that I own or want to own.
Yes, whereas I prefer to stick with the latest technology.
Yes, well, I'm no good at those games.
No.
Anyway, we're up to Hashtag Tech, and we managed to have a chance to talk to the guys who are running a video game history museum.
Which is right up Phid's alley.
Oh yeah. We're here with Mark and Michael at the Retro Game Museum. How'd you get into this?
Well, you know, I started out collecting when I was a kid, as a lot of people do, and I first got into computers, and mainly because I wanted to get into computer games, and this is back in the late 70s, early 80s, so it was all pretty primitive stuff, 1K memories, ZX81s, things like that, and it sort of went on from there.
Yeah, same for me. I started with a ZX81 with 1K of memory, and as I got older I started collecting the systems that I'd seen that I'd never owned or that were in magazines, or in Japan used to read computer and video games and see all these strange things that people were talking about that weren't available here in New Zealand. And then as I got older and just started picking up more and more stuff over the years, yeah.
So it's been like one of these things of trying to collect all the things up that you had when you were a kid, or has this been just a lifelong thing of just collecting them up?
Yeah, we're basically serial hoarders.
Yeah, I've got a history degree as well too, so I'm interested in the preservation and history behind all this older stuff too.
Which is the idea behind actually doing a museum.
Awesome. So yeah, I did see that you guys are looking to start your own museum. When is this kicking off? What's needed to be kicking it off? Who's involved?
Well, it's going to take about 12 to 18 months. It's going to take, we've got a big group of collectors around the country that have all sorts of interesting stuff. We've talked to AT'd about the Innovation Quarter down in Wyndham there, and we're looking for a suitable building. There's a couple of good candidates. We've got Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, as patron, and he's going to come to the launch and hold a lunch for major contributors on the day as well. We've got Auckland University behind us, stacks of the collectors from around the country, and we're just going to build an awesome venue where you can go and see the history of computers and video games.
Yeah, right from the Odyssey, out of all these machines, what's your favourite?
Out of these machines, I would say my favourite would be the original Xbox.
I actually like the original Apple II home computer.
Yeah, no, it was funny because I actually spotted that you had the Apple II right next to the Sega. They were my first two machines that I ever had.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Sega SC3000 too. That's a real classic, and one that they sold lots of them here in New Zealand, but not in other places in the world. So there's a bit of a unique Sega community here in New Zealand, the people that remember that system.
Lots of second favourites and third favourites as well, like the Commodore 64, the Spectrum in particular, a whole bunch of them. I mean, it's really hard just to pick one.
Would you say, like, in the last couple of years, this retro gaming thing's becoming very much a more popular thing?
Yeah, definitely, it's exploded.
Yeah, and you can see here that lots of developers are going back to these IPs and doing new versions of their old things and reinvigorating that stuff.
So, where can people find out any information if they want to support this museum that's coming up?
Well, if they go to sponsume.com, which is SPONSUME.com, and go under Discover Projects and do a search for museum, it will pop up.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, guys, and can't wait to see the museum open.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Up now we've got our gamer tag section, brought to you by bosslevel.co.nz.
And this week we had a chance to talk to Steve from bosslevel.co.nz. Check it out.
Sweet.
Right, so we're here with Steve from bosslevel.co.nz.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome, and we're here in 1998.
We're in my bedroom, actually. My bed is down there. We've got my TV set up. We've got my PlayStation 1 with the old Crash Bandicoot on it, and we're having fun.
It's a very public bedroom you've got here.
I like to let a lot of people in my room just to see what I'm doing and just hang out.
Nice party atmosphere.
Chill out, yeah.
Get around, play some PS1.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So anyway, you're our sponsor, of course, of the Gamer Tag section.
Yep.
And so what is it exactly that bosslevel.co.nz do?
We provide games for all walks of life, retro gamers mainly. We've got a few Game & Watch on there at the moment.
Yeah, there's some gems too, though.
Yeah, for the old school people. But yeah, we just want to provide some clean games. I mean, most of our product is just, we want to provide clean.
So what
old
brands
school games.
do you sell?
We've got a lot of Sega Master System because that's what I collect.
Yeah.
And a bit of Mega Drive, a lot of PlayStation 1, some good titles in there at the moment. It's rocking.
Do you think it makes a difference that the people selling this stuff are collectors? Like you guys are genuine collectors?
Yes, we are collectors. Me and Kyle. Kyle's got pretty cool collection actually.
Yeah.
Mine's more Master System, Mega Drive, but yeah, it does make a difference because we're not just looked at as dirty resellers or whatever you want to say, but we are actually, involved in collecting these old school games.
Yeah, so I did notice like your guys' prices are really competitive compared to even Trade Me.
Yeah, it's like I'm not trying to make a lot of money in this. This is like a hobby.
Yeah.
This is cool for me. This is like I enjoy, collecting on the side, and it's just fun.
And just on the side, you guys have also got an awesome community growing on Facebook.
Yeah,
with
the buy, sell, trade
gamers.
community. Yeah, that's doing pretty cool. I mean, we've got a lot of people in there, and everybody's just having fun right now. It's just like, selling their own games, trading their games with other people.
I mean, anyone who's listened to our podcast knows that I'm a retro gamer myself.
You are, indeed.
And I have to say, like, that's got to be one of the most active Facebook groups I've ever been involved in, and they're really good guys.
That's cool, man.
That actually want to look after each other and hook each other up.
Awesome.
So if you are a retro gamer, make sure you check out the Boss Level Facebook page.
Check it out.
And also, yeah, check out bosslevel.co.nz for what, Sega, Xbox, PlayStation, Atari,
Master System, Mega Drive,
everything.
whatever.
Awesome. So, yeah, thanks for sponsoring our show, of course.
All good,
and,
man.
Anything else you want to add?
Game on.
So that was Steve from bosslevel.co.nz.
Good guy.
He was an awesome guy to chat to as well.
He's my favourite guy at Boss Level.
Yeah, we highly recommend you go to bosslevel.co.nz because it's a great website and he's a good guy.
He is so good that if you use the promo code hashtag, you'll get 10% off your purchase.
Yes, and
that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Bosslevel.co.nz. Boss Level.
Boss Level. That's us for another week.
Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and on Citizen TV.
It would be really good if you did that.
Yes, and also make sure you check out the podcast hashtag radio, which is available on iTunes and on TuneIn, and of course from hashtag me.co.nz.
Sweet.
That's us.
See you.
Wish we had a bit.
Hey.
Wish we had a bit.
You need to tilt that hat back a little bit so we can see your pretty eyes. Pretty